I get so many questions about career. I'm in high school, grade 11. There's this girl in my class I'm really hot for. She works at a shoe store in a mall. Across from that shoe store is an ice cream store. And they're looking for somebody to be a scooper. And I'm figuring, okay, she's at the shoe store. The whole mall closes at 5. That's how it was back then. And the idea was at 5, we would go out and maybe cruise around a little bit. That was my plan anyways. So I sign up and I, get this job. And in ice cream stores, still the same today, you have all these vats of ice cream. People come in, they line up, and they want to get a little taster. They don't know if they want the chocolate, or they want the vanilla, whatever it is, or the strawberry ripple. And so you give them a little wooden spoon, a little ice cream on it, and then they try it, they sample it. But often they have gum in their mouths, and they throw it on the floor before they sample, right? So my first day, I'm really excited. I had a great day scooping. The woman who owns it comes over and says, listen, before you leave, Kevin, scrape all the gum off the floor. We don't want to stay in there overnight, it turns dark. I went, what? Now I'm really worried because the girl I'm hot for is looking at me. Remember, she's right across the mall, waiting for me to get out. And now I'm gonna be on my knees scraping gum. And I said, no, not gonna do that. I am a scooper, not a scraper. And she looked at me and said, no, actually, you work for me and you're gonna do whatever I say. And right now I'm saying, before you leave and get on your bike, you're scraping that gum off the floor. And I said, not doing that. I'm thinking I gotta hold the stand here. Otherwise, we're not gonna establish a working relationship. And she says, okay, how about this? You're fired. Like, whoa. I'd never, and this is one of my first jobs, I'd never been fired before. It was very, I said, what do you mean I'm fired? She said, well, what it means is you're leaving here, I'm gonna pay you for one day, and you're gonna go home and tell your parents I fired you. Yeah, that's what happened. I was really humiliated, and it was an amazingly difficult moment for me, but it was a crystal clear moment, a very important moment. This is the lesson learned. You don't know these things in life, but at that moment I realized there's two types of people in the world. There's the people that own the store, and there's the people that scrape the shit off the floor. And you kind of have to know which one you are. And I've said this many times before, there's no shame in being an employee, but it's not the same as being an entrepreneur. And that's the lesson I want to talk about, because if you think about financial freedom in the long run, the only way you're going to get that is take huge risk. What is that? That's a definition of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs do what they do 95% of the time to pursue their own destiny and have control over their own lives. It's not the right path for everybody. I estimate that only 1/3 of the people out there can do it. Now, you may be in that group or you may not be, and there's no shame in being an employee, and we're going to talk about how to be a good employee too. But my point is, that crystal clear moment for me happened, and I realized years later that I have a huge debt to that woman in the ice cream store. And indeed went back years later and tried to find her with a camera crew. She was long gone, so was the ice cream store. Changed my life forever. I have never, ever in my life worked for someone again, ever. No one has ever had control over me, ever, and never will.